A major political and energy rift is opening inside Europe. Russian President Vladimir Putin has drawn a clear line, saying Moscow will continue supplying oil and gas only to countries that remain reliable partners. The message came during a meeting with Hungary's Foreign Minister Peter Szijjarto as tensions grow over the shutdown of the Druzhba pipeline and the escalating global energy crisis. Hungary says it wants no part in what it calls an energy war and is seeking guarantees from Moscow that Russian oil and gas will continue to flow.
Mr. President and Mr. Minister, you know very well that Ukraine has been blocking oil deliveries through the Druzhba pipeline to Hungary for weeks, solely for political reasons based on a political decision. This makes us even more concerned that following the Iranian war, sea oil and gas shipments, along with global energy security, have also entered a crisis period. So this is why I came here, as the President kindly anticipated, to be assured and receive a guarantee that even amid the current crisis period, the necessary gas and oil quantities for Hungarian energy security are available, and that they will be delivered from Russia at unchanged prices for Hungary, which is very important for Hungary because reducing utility costs, or them low, critically relies on cheap Russian energy sources. If Russian crude oil or natural gas is not supplied to Hungary, then energy prices could skyrocket. Therefore, Mr. President, both the Druzhba oil pipeline and the Turkish Stream gas pipeline's operation are particularly important for us.
Putin responded by stressing that Russia remains a dependable energy supplier, particularly to partners in Eastern Europe.
First of all, Russia always has been and remains a reliable supplier of energy resources for all our partners, including, incidentally, European ones. And we will continue to work in exactly this mode with those of our partners who are themselves reliable counterparties. With such partners, for example, as in Eastern Europe, as in Slovakia, as in Hungary. We supply them with our energy resources, both oil and gas, and intend to continue doing so in the future.
But the dispute over the Druzhba pipeline is now turning into a political confrontation with Kyiv. Slovakia's Prime Minister Robert Fico accused Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky of falsely claiming the pipeline was badly damaged and said satellite images show otherwise.
I don't believe President Zelensky even has a nose between his eyes. I have satellite images. I can't show them to you completely because, of course, these are images that are subject to some embargo when it comes to information. But from these images that I have, it is absolutely confirmed that there is nothing damaged to such an extent that would prevent Ukraine from supplying oil to Slovakia, Hungary, and Europe. Explain to me why, when President Zelensky claims that it is terribly damaged, he does not want to let anyone in there. Why does he not want to let anyone in? We first asked our ambassador to go there. They did not allow him to do so. And the European Union ambassador to Ukraine, Ms. Maternova, requested the opportunity to visit this place. She was not allowed. What is President Zelensky afraid of? The truth? Or does he need time to destroy it?
Fico has now escalated the dispute, announcing that Slovakia will terminate emergency electricity supplies to Ukraine and warning that he could join Hungary in blocking a €90 billion European Union loan package for Kyiv if the oil flow through Druzhba is not restored.
The more President Zelensky pressures us, the more he will press us. that I will join the Hungarians in blocking the 90 billion loan. Well, go ahead, President Zelensky, just test our patience. We understand you have it tough, but you will not harm President Zelensky, the national economic interest of the Slovak Republic. Simply, you will not, Mr. Zelensky. You have cost us 500 million in fees that we could be receiving for gas. Now the oil has stopped.
With Hungary seeking Russian energy guarantees, Slovakia cutting power supplies to Ukraine, and Putin warning that Moscow may redirect gas to other markets, the battle over the Druzhba pipeline is quickly turning into one of the biggest political and energy confrontations inside Europe since the war in Ukraine began.
Kedves kollégák, köszönöm szépen a találkozás lehetőségét egy ilyen nagyon nehéz nemzetközi időszakban. Minket magyarokat minden háború aggodalommal tölt el, és nekünk mindig Magyarország biztonság.